Hey, this is the Make Sense Again American, where everything I say makes absolute sense. What I'm about to say is just gonna make sense, I guess. Jordan Peterson shed a lot of tears. Piers Morgan, the English fart that he is, told you, told pretty much Mr. Peterson that, well, his fan base is a bunch of incels, involuntary celibates, guys that can't get women, guys that are lonely, guys that go to bed by themselves, play video games, guys that watch porn. He says that's his fan base. Jordan Peterson started crying, and when you sniff your nose, you're like, but you could hear like the wet boogers. I guess I guess that's why everybody says, when you cry, you're like a little kid because it's a kid, booger, a nose full of wet boogers, and you're sniffling up, and he breaks down. He shouldn't have cried. He should have held that title as like, you know what? I embrace that title. These incels need somebody to look up to. Here's what they're trying to do. I don't want to do story time. I just want to give you an example. And it's an example you can actually see, not an example, hypothetical. No. There's this girl named Taylor Swift, and her fan base is the most ugliest set of bunch of people you'll ever see. They, the majority of them are really fat, lonely, pathetic, trans, gay, fat, purple hair, overweight women, feminine men, things like that. That's her fan base. But think about what kind of, I guess, power she has. Because I remember I was going through the channel, Don't Get Me to Lie, whether it was one of those female talk shows or whether it was one of those Wendy Williams or something like that. But she decided to give her 50 number one fans a care package. And these ugly teenagers, and not even teenagers, some of them were teens, but some of them were like their early 20s. They open up this thing and they're like, oh, I love this pillow. Oh, this is a great blanket. Oh, this is a nice perfume. Oh, this is good. Just a bunch of this stuff is care packages that Taylor Swift personally gave to 50 people around the nation. And not one of them was attractive and cool. They were all ugly, corny, frumpy people, you know? But it gives frumpy people hope, right? If I'm a frumpy person and let's say I'm a fat dude that likes to wear dresses and makeup and nobody understands me, and then I watch Taylor Swift give a care package and make a song with a video and there's some guy in a dress dancing, I'd be like, okay, let's be realistic here. This is what she's into, and this is who she approves of, and it gives me hope. I am a Swiftie. Now I'm a Swiftie. Taylor Swift doesn't see shape and size. Of course, every guy she ever dated, was 6 foot. It was one of them 10 percenters, but she never dated a frumpy guy with purple hair and, lives home in the mom's basement. No, she never dated them, but she was sure enough there to, take sides and show how much she loves and adores them, things like that. Anyway, Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate, they have the power to have this kind of following. And they tell men, go to the gym, work out, improve yourself, take the red pill. That's why you have to insult Mr. Peterson. Mr. Peterson, you may never get this message, but next time somebody says that you're the leader of an incel, take it with pride and say, damn right I am, because these boys have no leader. These white incels have no leader. I think her name is Sharita Azad, but she's the black lady that talks like this. Now, she a pro-black woman. Matter of fact, she pro-black man. And she actually told the black man to slap the fuck out of a black woman. Put her in check. That woman. She's Sharita Azad, Sharat Azad, one of those ladies, but she wrote a book on how to check your black woman. And she made a comment that is out, and she says that, black women have to watch television and watches. She used the name Brooke Shields. She goes, they have to watch Brooke Shields, and they see a bunch of these white women. And as she's making this example, she's like, this is why black women want to get the wavy hair, the hair in the wind, you know, the long eyelashes, the what you call it, lighter skin, you know, because of what Hollywood and television has pushed. This is why black women have to talk more feminine, because they have to be like the Marsha Brady and the Brady Bunch, kind of, you know, just talk in another manner instead of just being their soulful self. And she says, well, this is what they have to look forward to. This is why black women feel inferior to white women. I'm like, well, now let's fast forward to today. I'm going to agree with her 100%. But let's fast forward to today. What does a little white boy see? I mean, all he sees, every commercial you could tell is a black man's voice, from Allstate to Jake from State Farm. Everything is just 100% pro-black, you know. There's a car dealership is like, visit your dealer, your local dealer. You can just tell he's a black guy. Why? Everything is just going black. You know, China owns Hollywood, and China says that if you want to make a movie now, you have to have a black man and a trans man in that movie. So let's say you're an aspiring director, want to make a movie about Eskimos in Alaska. You better bring a black man and a man in a dress, or a female homosexual. What do they call studs? Gay, lesbians. But you have to bring one, and she's got to have a wife already with 4 kids. You know, it's just, these are the rules. There's actually rules when you make a show. That's why every show that you see has to contain a black person. So, no white people. Whenever there is a white person, oh God, there's always the joke of the butt of every joke. But what does that do to young white boys, young incels? Sharita Azad. I hope I'm saying her name right, but I really don't care, because I don't celebrate Black History or care for Black History. But I'll try to respect her, because she does make a point. She said that black women have been following the white women for 30 years, and now they try to emulate. Well, now look, white guys trying to emulate black guys, but once you try to emulate the black guy, and let's say you do a great job, so full height, and I know what's going to happen. She's just going to want the real thing. I mean, she's going to toy with you, but by the time you know it, she's like, well, if I'm going to be with you, I mean, your name is Chester, bro. I mean, I'll just go get with Jarquavius, you know? So, you know, all this, what's on television of today is all urban, all black, all culture, you know? And everybody wants to, you know, become the new cool guy. Everybody thinks they're the cool guy. And so Sharita Azad is telling the truth. I wish Mr. Peterson didn't cry. I really do. I wish he didn't start sobbing, because it wasn't manly. But when Piers Morgan told him that your audience is based on a bunch of incels, I guess he just felt insulted, and he felt knocked down, and he felt the urge to say, he broke. He cried for incels across the nation, in America. Men that will never join the army, men that will never get into a fight, men that will lose every fight starting from here on out. Just men, you know? I used to be an incel. I used to not be able to talk to women, not because, you know, I'm not strong or nothing like that. I just couldn't talk to girls, you know? It was hard. And all you have to do is really be an asshole. That's all you have to do, is be an asshole, and you'll get great results. That's it. But see, when it came to Jordan Peterson, he was never an asshole. He actually has a soft voice, you know. He's from Canada, very, very well educated, you know, wears suits and ties, you know, things like that. He doesn't want to be black. He doesn't watch 6 hours of TV and try to be black. He's himself. He can be himself, you know. And when he's himself, I guess that Piers Morgan made an insult to his fan base and made an insult to Piers Morgan. To Jordan Peterson. And it insulted him, and he felt he could do nothing but just shed tears. No need to cry, Mr. Peterson. You did nothing wrong. The next time somebody approaches you saying that, well, your fans are incels, well, who do they have to look up to? Because if you look at it, Taylor Swift can tell all her ugly, pathetic, frumpy, just grotesque fans vote for Joe Biden. We can't separate these people. Taylor Swift has the power to say, hey, all you ugly people, all you lonely, ugly people, you have a voice. You with the dress, you with the strap on, you have a voice. You with the 600,000 calories, and you with the flat chest and no ass, you have a voice. You're a Swiftie. Now just go ahead and come on over here and vote. She had the nerve to call a bunch of country artists a bunch of country bumpkins when that's when she started. As a matter of fact, her first video was pro-white. It was going into her roots. You know, all those people were dressed in English clothing. It was all white. Literally, it was a white video. One of the whitest videos I've ever seen. But yeah, that was Taylor Swift's video. I forgot the name of the song. I think it was You Belong to Me, but I'm not sure. Anyway, her first song ever. Her first video, her first song ever. Anyway, she has the influence to tell all her ugly, pathetic, fat, lonely, disgustingly morbidly obese fans to vote in a certain way. Well, Jordan Peterson can do that too. But because he wants to separate himself from the incels, he's going to stay silent. They're trying to conquer and divide. That's what you do. You divide and then you conquer. You divide and you conquer. See, incels can't, they can probably listen to Joe Rogan, but they're not going to follow Joe Rogan. Not faithfully like they would a Taylor Swift fan, you know? But they can follow Jordan Peterson because he gives them hope. And he can follow Andrew Tate because he gives them hope. And that's why they have to go ahead and get rid of these guys. Oh, and they're going to get rid of more guys. Myron and that stuttering dark-skinned guy, the fresh and fit, they're going to go. They're going to go next, you know? Anything that is improving men, taking the center of a man and making it shine is difficult. Because men really don't talk about their feelings and men really don't cry. But Myron and Fresh and Fit, they're going to be the next ones to go. They have to go. First it was Tommy Sotomayor, nobody batted an eye. Then it was Andrew Tate, and it's going to be Jordan Peterson, and that's it. You know, Spotify, whenever they talk about, you know, what to listen to, they don't even say Joe Rogan. They should say it. He's the biggest, you know, podcast you've ever had, but they don't say Joe Rogan. They're like, listen to this show, and that's it. Stupid. People are afraid to say listen to, follow this guy, look for this guy, search the name of this guy, look for the show of this guy. No. Mm-mm. But we have to continue to listen to women that cry and women that nag and women that complain. That's never going to go out of style. Well, sorry, but Jordan Peterson is my hero. He's a good guy. He makes a lot of points. So is Ben Shapiro. And I am not an incel. And if you are an incel, well, today's the day you change. This is the year where you stop being one. Lay off the video games. Lay off the porn. Lay off the weed. And get up and do something. Also, Jordan Peterson praises men to the point where he says, you know, men are the one working, men are the one doing this. And no, there's no father in the home right now. There's no fathers in the homes. This has nothing to do with black people. This is now starting to become an epidemic. And if there's no father in the home, well, what the hell is he going to teach you? And what the hell are you going to learn, young man? Nothing. Not a damn thing. And now you just graduated school and you're like, you need to either go to college or get a job. Get a job doing what, huh? Fast food, being told what to do, showing up at a certain time. But just because you get paid for it, you get to go. You're going to hate your job. You're not doing anything productive, and well, then you'll be that. And all those talks Jordan Peterson could have had with you, well, they didn't because, you know, somebody called you an incel, and Jordan Peterson, you know, sobbed and ran away. I hope he doesn't run away. I hope he doesn't go away. He's a good man. Mr. Peterson, you shouldn't have cried, though. There are incels out there that need to listen to you. But for some reason, you could say that, you know. I am sick of the media always saying, this is your fan base. Well, where they at? Where they at? Because Just like you say white supremacy exists, I always say, well, where the fuck are they at? I would love to meet a white supremacist. I really would. I have never seen one, and I'm as brown as they come, and I go everywhere, walk everywhere, talk to everybody. I'm cool with everybody. I just don't see any white supremacy, man. I don't. And so you can tell me till I'm blue in the face white supremacy exists, and you can also tell me that only incels follow Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson. They're heroes. These guys are heroes. We don't have any heroes. Okay? I'm not going to go to Marvel Comics to find my hero. I'm going to go to men that speak like me and think thusly for a hero. This doesn't make sense, American. This is a pretty boring video. I wasn't really crunk. I really wasn't, very vocal. But I had to say what I had to say. Have a good evening.